Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. We have some very, very important topics to discuss. And this is the Hill. McConnell has the votes to block Democrats' witness demands in Trump impeachment trial. This is just a couple of hours ago, ladies and gentlemen. He has the votes. McConnell has the votes. He does not need to acquiesce. Well, he never did. But there are no negotiations between Pelosi and McConnell. McConnell runs the Senate. Pelosi ran the House. She did not make a convincing case against Trump. They impeached Trump based on hearsay, gossip, innuendo, conjecture. They did not have direct evidence that he withheld military assistance. President Zelensky and President Poroshenko, the current president of Ukraine and his predecessor, stated that there was no quid pro quo, there was no leverage, there was no pressure. Case closed, but Democrats said, oh my God, correlation equals causation, except when it's Madam Secretary. But let's listen to this. January 6, 2020. By the way, to my super chat, thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. Eric H526, thank you. Hello, HA, hello, everyone. Rhonda, Iowa girl, hello. Hope all is well. Happy New Year. Everyone, hello. Eric H526. Everyone subscribe to Eric H526's channel. He has a great gaming channel. So, McConnell has the votes to block Democrats' witness demands in Trump impeachment trial. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has the votes to quash Senate Democrat Leader Chuck Schumer's demands to require additional witnesses to testify at the start of President Trump's impeachment trial. Two key moderate senators, Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, on Monday evening backed McConnell's position that the Senate should follow the precedent of the 1999 Clinton impeachment trial and defer until later in the process the question of calling additional witnesses. Collins told reporters at Monday evening votes that the Senate should follow the 1999 precedent and consider the question of demanding additional witnesses and documents only after House impeachment managers and Trump's defense team present their opening arguments. Democrats don't want that because the opening arguments for Trump's defense team would be A, President Zelensky and President Poroshenko both state there was no quid pro quo. B, Biden and Hunter are up to their cornflakes in corruption, which is documented. Very documented. $3.4 million from a corrupt energy corporation, or a corporation being investigated, I should say, for corruption right now in Ukraine. Then there's no direct evidence. There's not an email. There's not a statement that's been recorded. Nothing of Trump stating that he is worried about Biden. Nobody is worried about Biden. Nobody is worried about Biden. Nobody. Do you understand? Okay. Carl's Opinion. Everyone subscribe also to Carl's Opinion, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Mr. Goodman Watson chat. Hey, Eric H526. Thank you, Carl's Opinion. Thank you very, very much. Carl, you've made so many great observations, and a lot of the things that you've stated, a lot of the things are happening in a manner where the longer this goes, the worse it is for Democrats, because the corruption of Clinton's going to be nominee. That's 100%. Clinton's going to be nominee, but it's interesting that the longer this goes, Biden's campaign tanks. This is about Biden. It's not about Trump. There's no evidence, no direct evidence that Trump withheld military assistance because he's afraid of Biden. Okay? The issue here now is that Biden has to defend himself. There's a reason to investigate corrupt actors. There's a reason to investigate corrupt politicians. Okay? There's a reason to investigate these people. I'm sorry, if you're a Democrat and you're corrupt, you're going to be investigated, just like they said Trump was investigated, but they used a dossier. Rhonda, Iowa girl! Hi, I finally caught you again. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Rhonda, Iowa girl. Thank you so very much. Happy New Year. I hope all is well. 2019, Rhonda, Iowa girl, thank you so very much for your support and for always watching. 2020, Rhonda and Carl and everyone here is going to be so great. It's going to be so great. We have not seen, we haven't seen a glimpse, not even a glimpse of what 2020 holds for us. Okay? George, thank you. George Umbasa, thank you. And God bless you, George Umbasa. Thank you so very much for watching in Kenya. God bless you, George. Thank you. This year's going to be so interesting. Oh my God, Trump has them. They cannot, they're seething with contempt. Do you understand? They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do with themselves. You know, it's kind of like, okay, I'm wearing this hat because I have a whole bunch of NFL beanies that are that I got for a great price. But the Houston game, okay, they were down, like 17 points, and they came back. Now, if you didn't like Houston, you would be like, if you were really, really against, you just didn't want the Houston Texans to win, you were watching the game, you were a Bills fan, and you said, oh my God, you know, I can't stand this. They scored about 20 points in the second half, and then a field goal in overtime. Okay. Sometimes there's no way to stop a team, and you can only just watch as the team comes back. President Trump in 2017 and part of 2018 was on the defensive. Now he's on the offensive. They can't do anything. He's coming back. He's coming back, baby. There's nothing they can do. There's nothing that they can do except watch. He's like Jordan now. You can only hope to contain him. So they try to impeach him. It doesn't work. They tried the Mueller probe. Doesn't work. They tried Stormy, Avenatti, Michael Cohen, tax returns. Oh, my God, he said this. It doesn't work. Now they're saying, oh, my God, his foreign policy. You know what? They said the same thing with North Korea. It'll work this time also. But Carl's opinion, Rhonda, thank you. Brandon Wolf still thinks Hillary won't get in, but it would be the biggest. It would be the big content creator. Exactly. I love Sticks. Trump 2020. Exactly. Brandon, I love Sticks. I will just say that I think that the Democratic political machine. I think that Clinton is just waiting. Like I always said. It does. She can fly in with a jetpack. Shh, why aren't I 50 points ahead? And then, like the jetpack from Super Bowl II or Super Bowl I. But Clinton will definitely be the nominee. Okay, she's definitely going to be the nominee. They ain't going to go with Biden. Biden, ladies and gentlemen, I used to be a Democrat my whole life, and I can tell you he's committed numerous cardinal sins. Number one, he stated that he would have a Republican vice president. Number two, he stated he would only be a one-term president. That's like saying, we're going to go to the playoffs and lose in the first round, I promise you. Yay, team, go team. He's losing money, okay? And then he told coal miners to learn to code, which basically you can kiss Pennsylvania goodbye with that comment. Rhonda, Iowa girl. Nancy was holding the articles in case there was a SCOTUS pick. It backfired yet. Wow, that's true. That's true. I guarantee that was her play. It's about SCOTUS, tie up Senate. I never thought of it that way, and I think you're 100% right about that, Rhonda. That yet another Pelosi move. Holding it for SCOTUS. Not going to do it. Not going to work, Pelosi. You weren't the Pelosi with the most this time. Rhonda, Iowa girl, I think you're right on that. Either that, or she just was like, we did not state the case. We just did not state they didn't really argue a case for impeachment, but they impeached him anyway. Rhonda, Iowa girl, I think you could be right about that. That's actually a brilliant call. Brandon Wolf. With the way Dems are going down the drain, it would be perfect for Killer to get in. Brandon Wolf. Brandon Wolf, thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see here. Brandon Wolf, thank you. Rhonda, thank you again. Quantum football! Do you think they'll impeach again for what happened the past few days? No, I don't think they will, even though it would mean less of a chance of getting through the Senate. Quantum football, I don't think they will, only because Democrats, their nature is very hawkish and militant. So they're caught between a rock and a hard place. See, they were quantum football. They were for months and months, well, for years, saying, oh, yeah, we're the hawks. We're the foreign policy hawks on Russia. Now they're trying to say that they're the anti-war liberals. It doesn't work. They're going back and forth between phony and fabricated images. They tried to say that they were the old Cold Warriors against Russia, and now they're saying, oh my God, Trump is an authoritarian. Meanwhile, they had President Obama who destroyed Libya and who got us into more military conflicts. So quantum football, I think it probably crossed their mind. I don't think they will, though. Big Chris! What up, buddy? Are you aware that your kind are the cause of all the earthly woes, according to the alt-right? The dinosaurs need an apology, bro. Okay. Big Chris! Big Chris! I hope all is well. Thank you, Big Chris. Thank you for watching. Thank you, and I hope all is well. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. All right. So, all right. So let's continue. Two key moderate senators, Susan Collins. If Susan Collins and Murkowski are like, we'll just go with the Clinton precedent. I had an upload today on the Clinton precedent. Collins told reporters, she noted in a statement Monday that then Senate Majority Leader Trent Lott and Democratic Leader Tom Daschle adopted a resolution in 1999 to set out the rules for the proceedings that didn't include any agreement for specific witnesses to testify. The process moved to a period during the Senate debate and voted that the three witnesses should be deposed. I believe that this process, the Clinton approach, worked well. The only difference, though, is that Clinton he actually did something. I was accused of doing something I shouldn't have been. I was a bad boy, but honestly, the whole thing was so unfair. And they made me lie under oath and also obstruct justice on an actual occurrence that took place. There was absolutely no doubt what happened in the Oval Office. But there is no evidence that Trump withheld military assistance because of Biden. That's absurd. Murkowski also urged colleagues to follow the path laid out by Clinton trial. Okay, so basically, to cut a long story short, they need 4 Republicans to switch to flip and sing. Flip and sing. They need 4 Republicans. They're not going to get 4 Republicans. They need 4 Republicans to flip and sing. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. So, let's see here. Republicans control 53 seats and Democrats have 45, plus the support of 2 independents. That means Schumer needs the support of at least 4 Republicans to pass an organizing resolution for the trial that meets his demands. Sorry, you're not going to get 4. Without Collins and Murkowski, the Democratic leader has no chance of passing a resolution that would require key witnesses to testify. Why didn't they get Bolton to testify? Don't you love that? Bolton was like, I'm here if you want me. I'm here if you want me. So hold on. Bolton in the House, he was waiting. He was waiting for a House demand. House subpoena Bolton. This is just so hilarious. So, ruling will not lead John Bolton to testify soon, lawyer says. Democrats leading the impeachment inquiry have been seeking John Bolton's testimony. Why didn't they subpoena John Bolton? John Bolton, the former national security advisor to President Trump, who resisted efforts to pressure Ukraine for help against domestic political rivals. That never happened! This is the New York Times, like, writing it as if it's fact. There's no evidence it took place. Domestic political rivals. Biden is up to his cornflakes in corruption. Dashed any expectation on Thursday he would testify soon in the House impeachment. In response, so the court decision Monday did not apply to Mr. Bolton. They did not subpoena John Bolton. And then Trump wrote on Twitter, John Bolton is a patriot and may know that I held back the money from Ukraine because it is considered a corrupt country, and I wanted to know why nearby European countries weren't putting up money also. So there you go. They haven't proven that is not the case. And it doesn't have to be. Not everything revolves around Democrats and their chances in 2020. They withdrew a subpoena for him to testify. So they didn't even demand that he testify in the House. He could have testified in the House. They didn't want to. House investigators decide not to subpoena John Bolton. Why not? Because they knew they had nothing. They knew that it would go to the Senate. And they just wanted to, for public relations purposes, just wait. They just wanted for public relations purposes to wait. That's all the only thing Bolton's going to offer. And by the way, Bolton has the worst take on foreign policy. The worst take ever on what's taken place recently. It's just, I don't even want to get into it. I've gotten into it a lot on not just my H.A. Goodman's other channel, but also my main channel. They could have demanded Bolton testify. They didn't. Now they're like, oh my God, John Bolton, he's the one. He's the one. Brandon Wolf, the walrus is a warmonger and pile of stuff. Exactly. NYT stinks. WAPO stinks. Independent content all the way. Keep it up. Thank you, Brandon Wolf. Thank you. Yeah. See, the thing is, you got to understand, Brandon, you're 100% right. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're the Democratic Party, you are championing not only John Bolton, you're championing John Brennan, Comey, Strzok, McCabe, Clapper, a whole bunch of washed up Hollywood celebrities, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and ultimately Madam Secretary. Okay? The golden muumuu will stay golden. Okay? This is not, they have nobody else. President Obama literally stated he would intervene if Bernie became nominee. He would intervene. President Obama literally stated that. And now they need four Republicans to switch. They're not going to get 4 Republicans. So Democrats are not going to get their impeachment witnesses. It just ain't going to happen. They need 4. McConnell has the votes, and they need 4 Republicans to switch. Here, President Obama intervened Bernie. Obama warned he would intervene to stop Bernie. Salon, Obama privately vowed to intervene in primary to stop Bernie Sanders from winning. Can you say Clinton 2020? I mean, Sheldon Hofstadler, hello Sheldon. Thank you for watching. They are not going to allow Bernie Sanders because guess what? They cheated him. They already cheated Bernie Sanders. It already happened. How do we know? Because Debbie Wasserman Schultz was forced to resign. They will not allow Bernie Sanders to win. It will not happen ever in a million years. And I found out the hard way in 2016. If Bernie were running away with it, I think I think maybe we would have to we would all have to say something. They're not going to allow Bernie Sanders to win. They're just not. Clinton is going to be nominee. All of this is for Clinton. See, the thing is, I understand. It doesn't make any sense. I get how it doesn't make sense that a political party would be influenced so greatly by 1 or 2 individuals. In this day and age, one would think that it doesn't make sense. But it's a political machine. It's a political machine. The political machine runs a certain way. The Democratic Party runs on money. It doesn't run on value system. It runs on money and public relations. Clinton was able to both embody the antithesis of what Democrats claim, yet also still raise $1.2 billion. Samuel Stafford! Thank you, Samuel. Thank you very, very much, Samuel Stafford. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you for always watching. Thank you for your support, and I hope you had a great and fantastic new year, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. It's going to be a great year, Samuel. It's going to be a great year. Samuel Stafford, thank you so much. This year is going to be awesome, people. Wow, everyone is on this stream. This is pretty awesome. Samuel Stafford, for your generosity, thank you so very, very, very much. And I just want to thank you so very much. Nano Horizon, thanks for your work. I wish Christopher Hitchens were here to see. I think he'd be a fan. Thank you, Nano Horizon. That means a great deal to me. Christopher Hitchens was a big influence, and I think that in this day and age, I really believe in this day and age, I think that Christopher Hitchens is desperately needed in this day and age. Desperately needed. He would have been desperately needed. Thank you. Samuel Stafford, thank you as always. Thank you for your generosity. I hope all is well, Samuel. It's going to be awesome. This year is going to be awesome. We're just getting the engine revved up, people. We're just getting the engine revved up. Oh my God, Democrats they lose on. See, this is the thing. If you're Samuel Stafford or Nano Horizon or Carl's Opinion or Rhonda Iowa Girl or Eric H526 or all the close to 400 people watching this channel, and there are other great channels on YouTube, you realize one thing that Democrats and media and multinational corporations that that, influence the media message, you notice one thing. Dirk. Hello. You notice one thing that they are totally oblivious of. The Democratic Party is losing, consistently losing. They're losing all the time. They don't realize it because the Mueller probe led to nothing, led to absolutely nothing, and they spun that, and then Stephen Ray Gordy, thank you so very much for being here since 2015. Stephen Ray Gordy, thank you so very, very much. That means a great deal. 2015, oh my God. That's when I wore collared shirts, and I was like, hello, everyone. I am trying to be a responsible person. Thank you so very much, Stefan. Thank you. If you watch what's really happening, you watch Tim Pool, Sticks. Hopefully you like my channel also. If you watch Kevin's Corner, Anthony Bryan Logan, Black Conservative Patriot, HB, if you watch a whole bunch of channels, you do realize that Jericho Green, love Jericho Green. If you don't know who Jericho Green is, definitely subscribe to him on YouTube. But if you watch all these channels, you know that Democrats and media in general have consistently lost in trying to impose a narrative on reality. They've consistently lost. They try to continually. They always try to say that well, Trump is doing this and that, and he's not smart enough, and he's not smart enough. He can't win. He's not going to be able to. He's not going to be able to win. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's a horrible human being. Look what he's done now. What's going on? The sky is falling. And that's just not the case. Every single time they promise something, it doesn't happen. So Samuel Stafford, you and Carl's Opinion, and everyone on this stream and on this channel that support my work via whether it's on live stream or Patreon or sharing my videos or watching my commercials on the videos, you help me be a completely independent voice. It's not like I'm getting $20 million in venture capital funding and then stating that I'm starting a wonderful political revolution. Yeah, right. Teresa King! Thank you. Everyone's support here, Samuel, Carl's Opinion, Rhonda, everyone here, it's very, very important, and it allows me to just be a purely independent voice. So I just thank you very, very much. It's a lot more fun, and it's a lot more... I've been a lot more accurate than the mainstream on a whole bunch of things. Even though people try to get at me, you said this, well, so what am I supposed to do? Comey covered everything up. But generally, I said Clinton would lose. Nobody thought Clinton would lose. Do you remember, ladies and gentlemen? I want to read this to you. I just want to read this to you. Okay, hold on. Clinton in Texas. This is important. This is why you're watching this channel. Can Clinton win Texas? Could Hillary Clinton win Texas? Some Democrats say maybe. This is where we were at. This is where we were at in 2016 when I was saying Clinton was going to lose. And PBS quoted me below, ladies and gentlemen. It's below in the description, and it's below in the pinned comment of all my segments. And it'll be below in the pinned comment of this segment. Oh, I love this so much. Oh, I love this so much.
Should I read it in my Mitch McConnell voice? Can Hillary Clinton win Texas? Don't make me laugh.
Some Democrats believe that was once unthinkable. This is The Atlantic, September 8th, 2016. Can Hillary Clinton win Texas? Yes. I love it. Some Democrats believe what was once unthinkable could become a reality in November. Liberals have long dreamed of turning Texas into a Democratic stronghold. However improbable that ambition, some Democrats believe the politics of the Lone Star State are already shifting in their favor and insist there's a chance that Hillary Clinton could upend Republican power and influence by defeating Donald Trump in Texas. Do you see where I'm going with this, ladies and gentlemen? They were so confident. And it hasn't, the hubris hasn't ended. And Samuel and everyone, and if you've been here since 2015, okay, you got to remember this one. I have to read this to everybody, okay? I watched the debate on mute. This is one of my signature. Okay. This is with all due respect and admiration. With all due... Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. They're making me... I don't want to subscribe to the New York Times. Okay, hold on one second. I muted Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton during the debate. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's see this. Let me see if I can find a way around this. Gee, everybody, you think I should subscribe to the New York Times? Not. All right. This is so great. Oh my God! That didn't work either. Lord. Anyway, it's this fantastic article. Where one writer in the New York Times watched the article, watched one of the debates mute, without any sound, and the way they described the actual debate was just so brilliant. Oh, why isn't this letting me do it? It was so brilliant, and it basically described the zeitgeist or the aura around Clinton. Anyway, it's just kind of like Democrats, they put all their eggs in one basket. It didn't work out. And instead of regrouping, they just went ahead and doubled down on the same strategies. The same failed strategy. That's it. And instead of simply saying, "Oh, well, we cheated Bernie Sanders. What can we do to regroup? What can we do to begin to start over again?" Instead of doing that, they then blamed Russia. And now they're blaming Ukraine for Trump to interfere in the 2020 election. So everything revolves Everything revolves around them possibly winning. It's not national security. And then when something takes place, and it's like, something takes place and it's a foreign policy situation, they then flip the script, and instead of being the Cold War, policy hawks against Russia, they're suddenly the doves. So they're completely disingenuous, completely disingenuous. Oh, I know what to do. Okay, so let me see if I could try on my phone. It's such a catharsis to read this brilliantly written article. I only have the utmost respect and admiration for the author of this article. Okay, let's see. Come on, phone. Don't let me down. Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, my God. Okay. Samuel Stafford, Carl, Rhonda, Eric, everyone here, this is for you. All right. This is with all due respect to this is the New York Times. They were so confident. Papa D! HA, do you have a basement, just in case? No, there won't be. There won't be any there's no chance of anybody glowing in the dark. Papa D, I hope all is well. Thank you. Thank you, Papa D. Happy New Year. All right. I muted Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton during the debate. I still know the score. All due respect and admiration to the brilliant journalist who wrote this. Okay? This is what they were thinking about Hillary. Okay? This was before the Russians and Ukraine and Stormy and everything that, It was a little shimmy of her shoulders, cheeky, insouciant, accompanied by a big toothy grin. Her opponent smirked. She looked as if she was having fun. He, not so much. This is like the beginning of those romance novels, The exchange came as the first presidential debate was building towards its conclusion Monday night. What was it about? I have no idea. Per instructions from my editor, I was watching with the sound off. Alone. No checking my email, no talking to my wife, no social media. It was, for me, a silent debate. The idea was simple: to test the theory that what presidential candidates, in this instance Hillary Clinton and Donald J. Trump, say during debates is less important than what they look like when they're saying it. Okay. There's plenty of anecdotal evidence to support this theory. Okay. You can even find academic research on the subject. Okay. Hence our experiment. Can you learn more about who won the debate by watching it on mute? It began, of course, with the trivial handshake at center stage before the candidates retreated to their lecterns. After the shake, Mr. Trump placed his hand gently on Mrs. Clinton's back. There were different ways to interpret that gesture. Was he being patronizing, trying to assume his alpha male dominance from the get-go? Or just looking to demonstrate he felt comfortable, relaxed, unthreatened by the professional politician? Whether involuntary or intentional, the signal was unmistakable. I'm the strong one here. And either way, they were soon off, discussing the most pressing issues facing our nation, I can only assume. It will be no surprise to learn that Mr. Trump is loud even with the sound off. Even with the sound off. He delivered 90 minutes of increasingly exaggerated pantomimes, announcing the presence of someone who is restless, impassioned, emphatic, and at times belligerent. No idea what he's talking about, but he's definitely going at it hard. Reads my notes at the 1 hour mark. Don't call this man low energy. He has an extensive repertoire of almost manic hand and arm gestures. The one-handed karate chop, the accordion, his patented cobra. The performance is so physical, with pinch your fingers, a hyperactive eyebrows. The come on already shrugs. Come on already. That there is not much work left for the words to do. There is no ambiguity about the message. Actions speak louder than words. Also, bring it on. Bring it on. Trump, bring it on. Even when it was Mrs. Clinton's turn to speak, Mr. Trump couldn't stand still. He fidgeted. He smirked. He grimaced. He squinted. He adjusted his microphone. He grabbed hold of the sides of the lectern. He rocked back and forth on his heels. He pursed his lips. He threw his opponent a disbelieving sidelong glance and then an eye roll. He shook his head. He appeared to interrupt her repeatedly. On one occasion, I could make out the word, wrong. Wrong. He took a sip of water, and then another, licking his lips as he set the glass back down. He's more expressive while listening than most people are while speaking. And then it gets amazing. Then it gets amazing. In the face of continual turbulence, Mrs. Clinton had a studied serenity. She has made no secret of her assiduous debate preparation, and I couldn't help feeling that she had prepared for the very exercise I was engaging in. She seemed determined to make sure that her body language and facial expressions didn't communicate frustration or irritation. See Al Gore in 2000. No matter what her opponents said. And she seemed equally determined to appear to be having fun. Whether she was or not, could this possibly be fun? She succeeded in looking the part. She appeared unbothered, even amused by Mr. Trump's apparent assaults. At times, she looked a little smug, surely a lot smug to Mr. Trump supporters. There was plenty of smiling, another product of the debate prep, no doubt, and laughing, too, presumably at Mr. Trump's expense. The suggestion seemed to be that we were all in on the joke. We were all in on the joke. We were all in on the joke. She had her hand gestures as well, including her version of the trademark Clinton thumb. She then did little in the way of violence to the air around her. Visually, anyway, there was a discernible arc to the event, with Mr. Trump growing more agitated as the night wore on, and Mrs. Clinton becoming almost giddy, with what she felt increasingly like genuine pleasure. Which brings us back to the shimmy. Yes! The shimmy! Which brings us back to the shimmy. Absent words, it felt most telling. It felt like the most telling moment of the evening, a memorable, instinctive reaction to what I imagine must have been a Trump howler. The shimmy. It was an instinctive reaction, contrived by 500,000 focus groups. In that instant, it was clear that the debate had produced a winner, at least to those who hadn't actually heard a word of the candidates. Mrs. Clinton. He had vibrated with anxiety. She had radiated cool confidence. He had seemed to be crawling out of his skin. She had looked uncharacteristically comfortable in hers. Minutes later, it was all over. Oh. Once again, the candidates came together. Once again, Mr. Trump put his hand on Mrs. Clinton's back, this time with a little pat, as to confer his approval on a job well done. Mr. Trump's family came out to greet him, but they opted not to linger, exiting stage left, while Mrs. Clinton and her husband celebrated the moment with their fans in the audience. The end. And now, 3 years later, they impeached Trump on a phone conversation, and they spent 3 years trying to find out whether or not Trump worked with Russia to hack the DNC. to inform the country that Bernie Sanders was cheated. Do you understand how the entire media machine was? They were so convinced that Clinton was going to win. They were so convinced that Clinton was going to win that there was no way. Do you understand? By the way, Clinton won, according to the media, every single... Okay, do you understand? There were how many, like 5 debates or 4 debates with Bernie, around 5 debates, about 4 or 5 with Trump. Clinton won every single debate with Bernie Sanders and with Trump. How is that possible? Every single debate. How is that possible? Here, who won the presidential debate? Clinton crushed Trump. But was that enough? This is David Gergen, CNN. By all traditional standards of debate, Mrs. Clinton crushed. She carefully marshaled her arguments and facts, and then sent them into battle with a smile. She rolled out a long list of indictments against Donald Trump, often damaging. By contrast, he came in unprepared, had nothing fresh to say, and increasingly gave way to rants. And and the evening ended, the media buried him in criticisms. How this guy could even possibly win, maybe on Mars. Maybe if there was an alternate reality. Okay, with a planet of very bad deplorables. I mean, some kind of, planet. Like a planet in another galaxy. It would never in a million years happen in the United States of America that Trump would win. Because, look, Clinton crushed him, right? This is, I'm writing for CNN and I've been in politics my whole life. David Gergen, very, very respected. They were so convinced. They were so convinced that Clinton was going to win. All of this is for Clinton. She told Chuck Todd, I know who's going to win. All of this is for Clinton. Chuck Todd, Clinton, I know who's likely to win. Lord. Oh, no, not Chuck Todd. It was, what's his name? Oh, my God. What is that conference? Deal book? Okay, New York Times. Andrew Sorkin. Okay, so she told Andrew Sorkin, I believe, right? It was Andrew Sorkin. Clinton interview. I know who's likely. Okay, so here, I think I know who they're likely going to be. So, I mean, please actually listen to what Hillary Clinton says, 6 minutes and 40 seconds. So this is it, let's see. Okay, so Clinton, this is how you know Madam Secretary is going to be the nominee. 1,000%, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here, so hold on one second. Hold on one second. Oh, Lord. So, hold on. 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Please listen to what Hillary says for 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Please watch this. Okay, the interview, the whole thing is with a portion of healthcare best route, 920. So I don't know when it happens. Will you support whoever the candidate is on the Democratic side? Clinton, yeah, sure. 100%, Sorkin says. Yeah, I think I know who they're likely going to be, but I'm not going to go there. So who do you think Clinton is alluding to? Why, 9 minutes and 20. Hold on, let's see. So I'm actually trying to find this segment, but I probably won't be able to find it. It's like a 43-minute interview. But she states, I know who. You have to understand, nothing takes place in the Democratic Party organically. Nothing. Absolutely, positively nothing. Everything is predetermined. We know this. So, Samuel Stafford, thank you so very, very much. Everyone, thank you so much. Carl, thank you so much. Rhonda, thank you so much. So, let me see here. I can't find it. But she basically says, I'm trying to find it, but I don't want to waste your time. But she states in this conference, I know who the person's likely going to be. She's not referring to Biden. She's definitely not referring to Biden. Larry Powers, exactly. I agree 100%. So, people, ladies and gentlemen, the impeachment is going to end. It's going to be another absolute total failure. They'll spin it. Oh, the Republicans are corrupt. They wouldn't allow witnesses. They're corrupt. They're going to spin it. It's going to be the same thing all over again. Will you close with little Mitch? All right, let's do this. Robert Carr, this is for you and everyone here. Okay, so here.
Oh, Nancy. What you all did in the House of Ill Repute, the House of Representatives, in trying to impeach Trump, well, it didn't work out, Nancy. You mess with the bull, you get the horns. You're not going to have any more witnesses. We're gonna do everything based on the Clinton doctrine. No, not with cigars and other attire. You'll get no witnesses, and we're going to acquit President Trump, and then you can just go ahead and impeach him again. And then we'll acquit him, and then you can go ahead and impeach him, and then we'll acquit him, and then you can impeach him, and then we'll acquit him, and then you can impeach him, and then we'll acquit him. Okay, talk to you later. Thanks, Nancy. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. God bless. To my super chat, thank you. Samuel Stafford, thank you so very, very much. Carl's Opinion, thank you as always.
They're smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The Pelosi's.
Carl's Opinion, thank you so very much. Samuel Stafford, thank you. Rhonda, thank you. Thanks, everyone. Have a great, great evening or morning. I will see you all tomorrow. And God bless. This year is going to be absolutely fantastic. Thank you again, everybody.